How many times have we visited somewhere and said to each other, if only the walls could talk, what a story they would tell? All of us know, of course, that walls don't talk. How many people who, due to failing or lack of eyesight, have lamented if only newspapers could talk, what stories they could tell? Well, the good news is that newspapers can and do talk, but sadly there are so many who don't know that. Over the years, I've given many presentations on our talking newspaper to so many organisations and exhibited at numerous care events and conferences for carers and care homes. I always find it challenging that there are so many who have no idea that talking newspapers exist and what it is that they offer. But they're always both fascinated and intrigued to learn more, as my intention of being there, of course, is to raise the awareness of talking newspapers in general and the Long Eaton and District talking newspaper in particular. I should point out that we actually took over the Ilkeston talking newspaper some years ago for a variety of reasons, which is why we are Long Eaton and District. Just so that you're aware, it was 47 years ago, back in 1978, that the BBC carried a programme that was to have a profound effect on the lives and the well-being of so many people for generations to come. What the programme said was that those of us who are sighted almost take for granted reading a good book, poring over a daily newspaper, meeting up with family and friends, enjoying our glorious countryside, or just simply watching the television. If you're blind, that's what you see. If you're partially sighted at best, that is what you see. As a direct result of that programme, 500 talking newspapers sprung up in a very short space of time. Today, there are 300 talking newspapers, all of them in the main affiliated to the TNF, the Talking News Federation, and are all run by volunteers and are all not-for-profit charities. Talking newspapers' output regularity varies. Some provide a weekly service, some a fortnightly service, and others, like ours, offer a 3-weekly service, but all offer a memory stick of content, a memory stick player, completely free of charge. Even the Royal Mail, God bless them, pay for all of the postage. And on those memory sticks, every 3 weeks, we provide something like 90 recordings of local news, stories, comments, articles, poems, quizzes, 12 magazines that we buy from the RNIB, and so on and so forth. We, as a talking newspaper, began back in 1978, not long after that television programme. And what you're looking at here is an extract from the Long Eaton Advertiser dated the 2nd of March 1978, advertising a meeting to be held on the 9th of March at Long Eaton Town Hall, chaired by the then Mayor of Long Eaton. That meeting, a proposal was made to start a talking newspaper, which was unanimously carried. There was one lady who wasn't totally sure that it was right because she said, how am I going to drive my guide dog with a talking newspaper? Anyway, that was then, and this is now. This is the number of volunteers that we are so proud of. There are 46 volunteers at the moment who do what they do with great passion, with great commitment, and with great love. Our area that we cover, even though I've got here that we go up to Eastwood in the north, Castle Donington in the south, Borrowash in the west, and Beeston in the east, we now actually go up to Ashbourne and Wirksworth as well. We get so many referrals, but you can see there that at the moment we have 130 listeners that we deal with every 3 weeks. We do have a website, provided by Brooks Computer Solutions. We are their chosen charity, and we have many people who listen to us on our website. We're on Alexa as well. And if to access that, you simply say, Alexa, play Talking Newspapers. She will ask you, as long as you have the skill activated, she will ask which town, you say Long Eaton, and away we go. The operation that we run is very simple. We have Rod Malcolm on the right-hand side of the bottom. He is a local freelance journalist who provides us with endless amounts of information and stories for our Talking newspaper. Our three editors, Pete Pheasant, Adam Gage and myself, every 3 weeks on a rota basis, produce 60 stories from a variety of sources. That script is 22,000 words approximately, which is 375,000 words a year, or 1.87 million words since lockdown. Interesting, I find that Macbeth, written by, what was his name? William Shakespeare, that has got 17,000 words. That puts it in context, what we actually produce every 3 weeks. Those stories are sent out to our readers who record them on a variety of devices and send them to us and so on. This is the area, these are the kind of places that we get all of our stories from, plus, of course, Rod Malcolm. You can see here that this is the 10th of April recording with 87 recordings, because not only do we provide people with stories that we get from our local area, but we also receive from other places as well. Like, for example, 2 of our readers read extracts of Derbyshire Life, a singing group called Off the Record that has strong links to our Talking newspaper, a local author and freelance journalist, 2 local historians, a listener trustee who provides a quizzical quiz, and a voiceover artist who lives in Williamstown, Massachusetts. Yes, you heard me right. Pupils from Red Hill Primary School, Lockbrook, and members of the Just Right creative writing group who meet at the Elephant Rooms in Draycote. Altogether, as I say, that makes 40 hours of listening pleasure that we provide every 3 weeks. We get referrals from a variety of sources, as you can see there, and we're very proud and so grateful to our president, Robert Lindsay, who supports us in so many ways, who has been our president since 2015, but our very own Beryl Hallam, of course, who has been with us for nearly 40 years, is also our vice president. Interesting that it's often been said that a Talking newspaper is the best kept secret around. But we have 130 blind and sight impaired people in Erewash and beyond, plus website, plus Alexa. So all I can say is, please spread the word. Let's make it the least kept secret that there is around. That's our motto. Volunteers don't get paid, not because they're worthless, but because they're priceless. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk again soon.